Well, as reported once again, the UN has used what little remains of its credibility to focus on, wait for it, yep, you guessed it, Israel. The report was riddled with inaccuracies and unfounded accusations against Israel, but in the interest of time, allow me to break it down to three of the core problems in this report. First, it puts a sovereign democratic nation-state on the same legal footing as a terrorist organization and equates the legal right to use self-defense with a barbaric, unprovoked, ISIS-style terror attack targeting civilians. Even if Israel acted wrongly, there is no legal or moral basis or equivalence between Israel and Hamas. There are no both sides because they are not part of the same equation. Every life matters, but legally, even civilian casualties are not the same as victims of terrorism. The conflation of the two is unacceptable and irresponsible, especially for a body like the UN. Second, this report accuses Israel of extermination, as if the IDF intended to commit a genocide and eradicate the Palestinian people. This is a shameful lie and one easily disproven by looking at the casualties thus far. The estimate of civilian to combatant ratios is roughly 1-to-1. If the goal was extermination, you would see an astronomically higher number of civilian casualties. Palestinian civilians are not and have not been targeted. Israeli civilians, however, were. Let's not forget the fact that militarily Israel is well within its ability to commit a genocide that is not and has never been the goal of the IDF in this war or in any other. Third, the report accuses both the IDF and Hamas of sexual violence as a method of war. They're proof that the IDF strip-searched terrorists. Meanwhile, Hamas raided a music festival for the purpose of sexual assault, murder, and kidnapping, and then tortured, mutilated, and gang-raped Israeli civilians. Do those sound at all similar to you? Now, as a woman, I truly cannot be silent in response to these outrageous accusations and attempt at moral equivalence. It's an insult to every victim of sexual assault and rape to compare a strip search of terrorists under arrest with the sexual mutilation and gang rape of innocent civilians. Sexual violence as a method of war is not a tactic of the IDF, but it is a tactic of Hamas and its parent organization, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Until the United Nations is able to differentiate between legitimate self-defense and unprovoked terrorism, they should not be looked to as some sort of moral authority, as any sort of moral authority on this conflict or any other.